powerful message.
O God, keep us free, glorious, and free. What a beautiful phrase from the national anthem of Canada, which we can relate to what we had celebrated recently, the 124th Philippine Independence Day and the Filipino Heritage Month. Thanks to our national hero, we are free now and we are celebrating the 161st birth anniversary of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. On many occasions in the month of June, starting on June 4th, I was in the city of Winnipeg. I raised the Philippine flag together with the First Lady Premier of the province, the Honorable Esther Stephenson. Immediately after that, I came back to the city of Toronto and again raised the Philippine flag on 11 June with the Deputy Mayor of the city of Vaughan. And on our special day, June 12, I had the rare privilege and distinction of raising again our tricolors with the Honorable Mayor John Tory, the Honorable Councilor James Pasternak. He was there. Palakpakan po natin si Councilor James Pasternak and the Honorable Mayor of the City of Toronto. They took time off. It was a Sunday and we raised the Philippine flag in the historic City Hall of Toronto. Immediately after that, at 10 o'clock, I motored fast to the city of Brampton and raised the Philippine flag together with his worship, the Honorable Mayor, City of Brampton, Mayor Patrick Brown, together with the Regional Councilor, our kababayan, Filipino-Canadian Rowena Santos, and our community, of course. The following day, I was again with the Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, the Honorable Ted Arno, and some of the new members elected and re-elected members of provincial parliament. And I had the rare distinction again to raise the Philippine flag with the Filipino community. One message in unison was mentioned by the political leadership from the federal, provincial, and city governments. And what is that? They recognized the vast, significant, and wide contributions and accomplishments of the Filipino Canadians from the city, from the province, and as a whole in the country of Canada. It was a recognition of what we have accomplished. I mentioned in one of my speeches that Filipinos came in the 60s working as in the garments industry in the city of Winnipeg. And I met many of them, some of them by the way. And in fact, I administered their oath-taking to reacquire their Philippine citizenship. And they are in their 90s. And what stand out in my conversations with them, they said they never regretted coming to Canada and they are very happy to call Canada as a second home like you are. Katulad po ninyo, because Canada is a welcoming country. You are about 1 million Filipinos now in our jurisdiction, about half of them, 400,000 estimate in the province of Ontario, another 100,000 in the province of Manitoba. I enumerated all significant laws that were enacted in the last 2 years, and many of them benefited Filipinos. And I think we have to give cognizance to the political leadership for what they have done and what they continue to do for the welfare and interest of the Filipino Canadians. And they are here. I could mention some of them, the Honorable Sarah Sachs. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. And of course, again, the Honorable James Pasternak. He continues and always be with us. I think what is lacking now is you, sir, being inducted as one of the Knights of Rizal. So many things. Actually, I enumerated many of them during my Independence Day reception speech. And I will not add on more because our political leadership, they continue to work for you and for us Filipinos here in Canada, because because Canada continues to be the primary destination of Filipinos in North America. Among the primary destinations, overseas Filipino workers, students, and those with familiar relations. So I think with your smiling face, I would say what those pioneering women of Winnipeg told me was indeed true, that you are happy to call Canada as your second home. In many of the writings of our national hero, two things stand out among them, no? About women and the youth. Women, he specifically commended women for their bravery and for their resilience. Remember his letter to the women of Malolos, who had the courage at that time to petition the Spanish Governor General for them to be taught with the Spanish language. And our national hero was surprised with the gall and the courage of the women of Malolos to write the Governor General of the Spanish administration in Manila. And the Spanish governor relented to the Filipino women. So as early as in the 19th century, Filipino women are already achieving something. You are ahead of your time, and I hope you will continue to do so. And here, you know, many of our community leaders belong to the women gender, no? And you continue to be brave, you continue to be an example to our kababayan, and you continue to achieve so many things for our country and for our kababayan. Second, about the youth. Remember about the article of our national hero which he wrote when he was a small child sa aking mga kabata, to my childhood friends. He emphasized the importance of our national language, and at the same time, in that writing, he also recognized the Filipino youth as the fair hope of our motherland. We have seen the two young Filipino Canadians here. They sang beautifully. One, it was a good representation of Filipinos, no? Calling on all of us to rise against all the challenges of life. In fact, I challenged the community in my one or two speeches, and I mentioned it is time to have more representations, no, for the community. With your number, you can have more representations, not only in politics, but also in other fields and endeavors. Arts, literature, academe. A while ago, I came from the city of Niagara, and I observed the intercity sports fest there, and I saw young generations again of Filipinos. I asked who were born in the Philippines. Only 3 raised their hands, and most of them, with the 200 young Filipino Canadians there, I could say most of them were already born here. And I hope my challenge to our community leaders is to continue to set a good example to these young generations of Filipino Canadians. Because I know for a fact, and you know this, no one can love the Filipino themselves better than the Filipinos themselves. Diba? That is a quotation from former President uh, Laurel. So I would like to end with what one of the champions sang earlier. He said, "We will rise together." I know we will rise together, and it will be led by the young generations of Filipino Canadians, by our community leaders with their examples. I end now with my message of recognizing and thanking our national hero on his 161st birth anniversary for giving all to our country, for freeing our country and leaving us both tangible and intangible legacies. Tangible, he left us the two novels. I hope you have read them again, and this is the right time to read them again. Noli Me Tangere, Touch Me Not, and El Filbusterismo. I hope you will reread again the two novels that set free our country, that became the first independent republic in Asia. Patuloy nating basahin ang mga nobela ng ating pambansang bayani. Let's continue to read. Take a little time to read the novels of our national hero that set our country free, that set us all free. And maraming salamat sa inyong muli. At sa Knights of Rizal, I would like to give recognition to our Knights of Rizal, Canada Central Region, for leading the annual commemoration of the birth and the martyrdom of our national hero. The Knights of Rizal Central Region is being led by a new leadership, Sir Dr. Romulo Sinahon, and the regional leadership and the area commanders. Let's give them again a round of applause. They are being heavily supported also by the ladies of the Knights of Rizal. Ang mga kababayan, the other one is ang mga kababayan ng ating pambansang bayani. Pasalamatan natin ang mga ladies of Rizal. Hindi na po ako magtatagal. Alam ko, marami pa tayong mga occasion. Two things before I close. I would like to remind everybody in cooperation with the Knights of Rizal, there will be an installation of a historical marker. Two representatives from the National Historical Commission will come here and will place a historical marker here in the bust of our national hero, which was erected in 1998 in time for the centennial celebration in 1998. So they will come here on June 22, Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. in the morning. We will be joined together as a representative of His Worship, Mayor Jan Torre, the Honorable James Pasternak will come here, the representatives of the National Historical Commission, and the Knights of Rizal led by Sir Dr. Romy Sinahon, and me as representative from the consulate. So we will install here a historical marker, which is very fitting, no, since 1998. And the second call that I would leave to you is, since I came here, I've seen the place is situated in a very good place. As a recognition to the contribution of the Filipino Canadians to the city, you were given this very nice spot, no? And we thank the city government of Toronto for giving you a very beautiful place to celebrate, commemorate, and honor our national hero. But in return, I think this has become a small place. Let's work together. I talked with Dr. Sinahon, Sir Sinahon, and we will plan, we will work together with the consulate and the Knights of Rizal and the community. Let's work together to beautify and make this more accessible to our kababayan. Please accept my sincere maraming salamat at mabuhay po kayong lahat.